Hi guys, it's Nancy, and here I have the Dancing Halloween Grim Reaper dies from Spellbinders. I've already got a video showing you how fun and easy it is to make this shaker card, but you can see how fun it is for him to be dancing. So I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to put him together. There is also a Day of the Dead girl and boy, so I will be doing videos on those as well. And I'm going to be using the big platinum today, just so I can cut multiple pieces of paper at once. That's where the advantage is to this one. So we have our universal platform A and B. By the way, if you have the older platform and you have been waiting for the universal plates to come out for the bigger platinum, the universal plates are now available for the bigger platinum. So I know you guys have been waiting. It's in the Spellbinder shop. I'll put it down in the links below. But yeah, it's going to give you the universal plates so you can use the 3D embossing folders, so you can die cut regular embossing folders, of course, and all that good stuff. So we're going to use A, B, and then we have the 2 cutting plates. Now, if you bought the new Spellbinders Platinum, it automatically comes with these universal plates. But if you have an older Platinum and you want the universal plates, you can get them now online. Okay, so I have A, B, and one of my cutting plates down. We're going to save this cutting plate. And then let me show you guys the dies. And we're really only going to use a couple of different colors here. He's pretty simple. So we have his, what is this called? Scythe, right? Is that what it's called? His scythe. So I'm going to cut that out of some brown cardstock. And I just have a pile of kind of like my scraps that I keep for different colors and things. And it'll be easy if you die cut everything all at once, and then all you have to worry about is assembly, okay? And then we have the top of the scythe, which are these 2 pieces, okay? And those I'm going to do out of silver metallic cardstock. I have a little scrap here. It even has some tape on the back, so we're just going to use that. And then this is going to be his sleeve, this extra piece, so we're going to cut that out of black. So that doesn't matter. I can actually hang that off of the edge. And I'll secure everything down with some tape. And then this piece, which has his skull, that's going to be white. That's his skull and his hands. So we're going to cut that out of white. And then these other 3 pieces are pretty much his robe. And this is the piece that will hold his face. So what you can do is you can do them all in black, or if you want to make this part in like a dark purple and then do his face in black for shadow layer. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to highlight it with some ink, so I'm okay with doing all 3 of these pieces in black. So just want to make sure everybody is on the platinum platform. It doesn't look like I need to put any tape down. You might want to use tape to secure yours, depending on, you know, how many pieces you're doing or how big or small your paper is. But I'm just going to crank that in. And so I don't use the big platform very often, but this is where it comes in handy when, again, I want to do multiple cuts. Okay, and then I carefully want to take all the pieces off. And what I'm going to do is move my camera back down so you guys can see the assembly process. I'll be right back. Okay, so what I've done here is taken all my dies and just put them in this little storage container so I can put those away in a little bit. They're out of the way. And then in the other one, I have all the little pieces. Now, you're going to have some little excess pieces here. We basically are going to need his face. These are his 2 little hands. Okay, those are his eyes. We don't really need those. Also, his nose is in here somewhere. There it is. It just fell out. This is the circle that came out of the body. So you're not going to need those pieces. They're kind of extras. Same thing with his nose. That's up to you if you want to color them or not, okay? So let's start assembling. So we have his body, his face, his robe, and his scythe, right? So they're going to start with the scythe because that's pretty easy to do. And you want to make sure that the handle is cut out of pretty thick cardstock. You might have to double this up or triple it up because you want to make sure it's not flimsy. And then all we're going to do, this is so simple, is we're going to take this smaller silver part. And because I already have adhesive on the back of mine, it's going to be really easy. And this layers onto the upper part of the scythe. So you're going to layer that right here. At the very bottom, you'll see that the curve matches. And this is totally optional. It just gives it more dimension by making it look kind of thicker and heavier, okay? Then we're going to attach our handle, and you'll notice at the top, the handle has two different sizes, okay? It really doesn't matter, but I noticed this one is a little thicker, and it matches up, it lines up with the die cut better. See that? So the other side, if I turn it around, is a little bit smaller. Again, it's not going to matter that much, but I like the heavier side at the top. So I'm going to apply a little bit of glue using a fine tip glue. I like using art glitter glue when I am putting dies together because this glue dries super fast. Now, if you're someone who struggles, you might want to use glue that's going to give you a little bit of drying time. This one dries really fast, so there is not a lot of drying time, and it dries clear. And if I have any extra glue running off the edge, I just use a little pick to clean it up. Okay, so this is done. The top part is already adhesive. We're just going to set this aside and let that finish drying, okay? Now for his head. You have three pieces for his head. We have the skull, we have the back of the cape, and then this piece is another optional piece, but it is designed to hold his skull before you put it in the cape. Again, just to give it some more dimension. So what I'm going to do, though, is I want to give this cape this little bit of color. So I'm just using some silver pigment ink. You could use white ink as well. And all I'm going to do is just dab my finger into the ink and just rub it along the outside edges. And all this is going to do is just highlight those edges so that when you are looking into his cape, you'll see that other piece is layered there. That's all we're going to do. And I'm also, since I have the ink out, going to do this cape. Just a very, very little bit. And white ink would work as well. I just want it, I still want it to be black. I just want it to highlight the edges. Okay, that's all we're doing there. All right. And now we're going to assemble. Now you'll notice that this piece almost looks to me like an acorn. Okay, but these are his cheeks. That's how I look at it, is those are his cheeks. So that part is going to go down. Okay, so you want that point, that center point to go down. So again, it matches up with the other die cut. And all we're going to do is apply a little adhesive on the back of this. See, now you can see that layer because we put a little bit of that silver on the back. Okay, and then for the skull, you could add some gray, some color to this skull if you wanted to. I'm just going to leave it the way that it is. I would actually probably add a little bit of beige so that it looks kind of distressed and old. Okay, so now his head is inside there. Okay, All right, then we have little hands. And those are these two like kind of teardropped ones. If you lose them, you can also use the inside of the eyeballs. It really doesn't matter. All we're going to do is flip this guy over and we're going to put a little bit of glue down here at the bottom. And one hand kind of just stands behind. Now you can have it so that he kind of like has a thumb down, whatever you want to do. I like it so that the thumb is up. But again, personal preference, whatever you want to do. It's going to basically be in the background. Like that. And then when you flip it over, you just see a little bit of his hand. That's all that is. It's just a tiny smidgen of hand. Now, if you're going to color his face, kind of a grossly yellowish color, or whatever you're going to do for a skull, I would do the hands the same thing. Okay? And then for the other hand, basically going to go like that. So we're going to put a little glue on this little longer side. Like that. And then we're going to place his body or his cape over top of it. Okay. Now I'm actually missing a piece. Hold on. Oh, it was the piece I forgot to cut out. Okay. We don't need to cut it out. So this little piece here is an extra piece that goes to his sleeve. You cut that out and then you put his hand over it. I'm honestly not going to bother to go through that because it's not going to make that big of a difference. So we're going to go back and put this back on our glue. You would put that sleeve there and then put his hand over it. Okay, and it's going to give you that 3D effect because it's going to go right here. But we're not going to do that today. It's not that big of a deal. All right, then I'm going to take my scythe off, the adhesive there. Now, I want to be careful because I made the mistake of making this sticky. Well, we'll make this one a non-dancing one. The other one was dancing. So if you wanted him to dance, what you would do, I'm just bringing this paper in for background, is you would now put like some kind of glue dots, foam dots in here, okay? And on this one, I stuck 3 foam dots together. You can kind of see them there. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, they're black foam dots. And what they do is they hold his head in place so we can wiggle his body. Okay, so what we would do is put the foam dots there. It does not have to dance, okay? We can certainly just glue all of this down, which is what I'm going to do today with this one. And you can see this is how easy it is to put him together. I'm actually going to keep this background because it is super cute. So I also have the Dancing Halloween sentiments. So let's stamp those and then we'll glue everything down. And we'll make a cute little card out of this. Okay, how about... Curses, I missed your birthday. I always need birthday cards. And then make sure you check out the video I did making the dancing ghoul into shaker card. That was a little bit longer video, but it was actually pretty easy to do. And I'm just going to stamp this down here. And that's just using some VersaFine Clair Nocturne Black ink. You can use any ink that you have. Perfect. Okay, and now we're just going to do regular glue on this guy. We're not going to make this one a shaker. So if you were going to do a shaker, you're not going to put glue on there. All you do for a shaker is put some foam dots in the center there, then attach this, then attach the head to the foam dots, and they will pop out and his body will dance. But I already have adhesion on the top of my scythe, and he won't dance if his scythe doesn't move. So this is why we are just gluing him down. So you have the option of doing either way, dancing or no dancing. That is up to you. Whoa. He is incredibly adorable. For the Grim Reaper, I mean. Okay, so there is how you assemble the Dancing Halloween Grim Reaper. I also have the Day of the Dead Girl and Boy, so I will do those videos for you as well. If you have any questions, post them down below. If you enjoyed watching this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And if you're ready to do shopping, please use the links down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.